Hello, friends. Welcome to another GI trailer breakdown. I am Alex Stadnick. I am joined with Liana Rupert. Hello, Liana.
Hello, Mr. Stadnick.
How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm still riding high off of yesterday's reveals, so
Me as
get
well.
that Halo goodness.
And
Let's
of
do
course, the beautiful man, Alex Van Aken. Hello, sir.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm excited to break down Halo Infinite's multiplayer reveal.
Hell yeah. So if you've seen our last couple of trailer breakdowns, you know, we're fast forwarding, we're rewinding, we're going through, we're pausing, we're kind of breaking down the nitty-gritty details, and we're focusing on Halo Infinite's multiplayer today. And the first thing I just want to point out, we'll get to it. The chopper is back. Get to the chopper, baby. The brute
Yes,
chopper is
sir.
back, and I loved that vehicle. It is just wild chaos, and I'm happy they're finally bringing it back for this.
Yes, of course, we've got the rocket-mounted Warthog bottom left.
Yep.
Classic Ghost bottom right.
Yep.
Are those? What are those?
So those are
flying machines. We've seen those. Have we seen those before? I know
Yes.
they've never been drivable, right?
They're wasps. I believe you could
Wasps.
fly. Yeah, I think you could fly
You're
them
right.
in Halo 5, but
Yeah, you could. You could.
So yeah, we're kind of getting the action shot out of the way here. I love this shot, and I love the inclusion of the brute chopper again because it's kind of highlighting that chaos that I feel like they were really hitting on in this trailer. Like, you know,
Yeah.
if you love big team battle and the chaos that comes with it, like here we go. Like
Yeah.
let's mount up. Let's get it going.
Definitely.
I just love how beautiful this looks. Like, I mean, just looking back at especially the older Halo multiplayer, just look at how detailed the environment it is, which I think is really important. I think you need that differentiation. I don't know if that's just me being picky, but the detailing,
Oh, it looks incredible.
I'm really excited. I mean, this looks like a massive, even though we didn't really see a whole lot of multiplayer last year, this looks like a massive improvement. It definitely looks like they spent that that additional delayed time very wisely.
Yeah. What are we looking at here, Alex?
So this is something I wanted to point out because it's important to the morning talk that 343 had today. So on your screen, we didn't know really what it was at the time, right? But on your screen, you can see kind of a pickup. This is actually, he or she just picked up the grappling hook. So equipment is back. Praise John 117. But in something I was maybe a little anxious about was like, are they going to be like armor abilities from Reach? Because those turned me off a little bit from Reach. No, they are going to act as map pickups. Just like weapons are.
Sick.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the creative team talked today about, they're like, we want Halo is best when everyone starts at an even playing ground, right? And then you scavenge, you go for the power weapons, and they're treating equipment
classic
the same
arena FPS.
Exactly. Yeah, which I am so damn excited about. So I think the Min-Max folks were talking about, you know, are these abilities going to come at the start? No, like this ability here, the block back that we just saw, I'm assuming that's a piece of equipment that you will have to pick up as the match goes on.
Yeah, because earlier when we were reacting live to the conference, we were like, did he just shoot out a charge shot, like an energy pistol?
Right.
But it looks like you said, it's a some sort of reflection ability.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So I like that a lot.
So, and that gets me even more excited to see what other equipment we have now. Cause there's another one, right? It's like another version of the bubble shield, but you know, you can actually shoot through
It's
it.
the repulsor, right?
It reminds me a little bit of Rampart from Apex, her shields.
Oh, okay.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Is that the repulsor that you're talking about? Because that looked really cool. Between that and then they had the ping. Forgot what they called it, but there's like a ping where you can see if there's enemies nearby, and then they have the repulsor where you can reject like projectiles and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
That was really
Yep.
cool.
We saw that back here.
Can you rewind just a second, Alex?
Yeah.
Okay. So right here. So this shield is a grid base, so you knock out individual panels.
Nice.
So he's damaging it, and then it's going to go away in a second, right?
Yeah. And I saw an interesting. Oh yeah. Sorry, I forgot to hit play on that.
No, you're fine.
Well,
that's really cool. I dig that.
I love that. Yeah, and they also showed a really interesting, like, in the multiplayer overview video where it was more the devs talking to us, right? They showed someone using it to like funnel enemies through it and then throw a grenade, and it like bounced off the shield back into them. So it's like there's some interesting strategic thought that they're putting into this for sure.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like they're going more tactical overall. Like there's a lot of Halo 3 you can see in this.
Oh,
but
say it again.
like,
no, just say it again for me.
happiness is a revamped Halo 3. Yeah. But yeah, it definitely sees. I can see this with this, and then even with the story trailer, you could kind of get a small glimpse of it. Just the fact that I don't know, it just feels like they're going more strategic. They want it to be more involved because as though Halo multiplayer has always been obviously really dope. There's a reason why there's a big scene for that. It's kind of cool to see them modernize it a little bit, especially with Battle Royale being such a big thing. There's a lot of mechanics to pull from that. And like you just related it to Apex. I think that was like a perfect example of that, of bringing in some of those elements to make it feel fresh and familiar at the same time.
Yeah, 100%.
Totally.
And that's kind of what they hit on during their video today. It was like, we want you to go into this and feel that this is Halo and we're excited about Halo's past, while also taking those steps to bring it into the future. And that's very exciting to me because I think they're doing that in smart ways. I think they're at least talking about it, right? They still have to prove, the proof is in the pudding, right? But they're really hitting on all the beats that I want as someone who grew up with this series, and I know you both did too.
With the map playouts we're seeing too, and I don't mean to like bring up old wounds, but I see a lot of Bungie influence. Like there's the way the architecture is designed in some of the maps that they're showing, and even like right now, I don't know if this is just my fandom of Bungie like kind of coming through, but I could see Bungie making this. Like this looks very influenced, which is good because that's the original creators of Halo. So if we can see some more of that influence, that's going to kind of bring everything full circle, because that's the problem a lot of people have is it doesn't feel like Halo.
Yeah. And I do think 5's multiplayer was good, but it definitely, I feel like, hit on, it felt like it was much more focused on being like more fast paced, more like crazy off the wall, right? And I just, this feels like it's just hitting on the right things for me. And obviously there's some crazy off the wall stuff here too, but I guess I'm not saying what I mean as well as I could be, but everything I'm seeing so far is very exciting.
Yeah, could you back us up, Alex?
Yeah, which part?
Back to another like 10 seconds, I think. Keep going. Keep going. It was the yeah, a little further.
Okay.
A little further, man. Wow, technology is so cool. Look at you produce on the fly, Alex.
On the fly, baby. Keep going.
Yeah, so about 5 seconds before this.
Grapple.
Oh,
yeah,
it's so good.
When we see him pick up,
that is sexy.
essentially when the guy jumps into this map is where I wanted to start.
Okay.
Yeah, right here. This is perfect.
Cool.
So we see him. You can speed it up. We got mongooses here, of course.
Yeah.
The wasps right there. But right here, grappling to pick up the gun. That is so cool. It's like you drop your power weapon. I've got the grappling hook, and I'm like, if I can't, like, I'm just envisioning like a teammate going down with like a rocket launcher.
Yep.
Everyone's scrambling to get it, and the guy who has the grappling hook is like, nice try. And like, you know, just pulling out some sick plays.
Oh, dude,
and this new like spike, like it's like launching a spear.
Yeah.
Look at that thing. Oh my gosh.
A little anti-vehicle, but like with the skill of a sniper, like.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like it killed them, but it like just like it's like anti-vehicle, like it knocked them out of place.
Yeah.
And I love that gun looks so cool, whatever it's called.
Do we know what the new plasma weapon they showed is called yet? I don't know, because I know we had the needler. Obviously, we see the needle, the gravity hammer. But what's that new plasma pistol?
I'm not quite sure. The one that gets repulsed back here.
Yeah, I'm interested to learn more about that.
Yeah.
That looks dope. And then it looks like they did some sniper tweaks too a little bit. Because let's be honest, the sniping in Halo could use some work.
Yeah, I weirdly like, this is really inside baseball, but that's why you're here, right? I really like the reticle on the BR. It feels like a little more tactical, a little bit more precise.
Yeah, I'd love to see them let you customize reticles. That's something that Valorant does really well.
Ooh.
So we'll have to pay attention to see if it changes at all during the trailer.
For sure, good call out. Another interesting thing, and this is my bias showing, and you know what? I don't apologize for this. I hate the DMR. I think it took the close quarters arena style that Halo is perfect at, and I think it expanded it in a way that it didn't need to. That's my hot take for the day. And I also noticed that there's no, I'm sure they've shown it before, but there's no mention of that in this trailer. It's BR, it's AR, it's the new weapons. So I'm curious if that sticks.
So we're looking at Valhalla right now, right, Alex?
I think
or some sort of rework.
It's very similar. It's very reminiscent, maybe like spiritual successor. We haven't seen like the middle of the map. It seems a little bit more.
I know Liana called out like the similar architecture and those bases in particular, and look like they're pulled from Valhalla. But then we see this if you go forward just a tad. Couple more frames right after this part. Okay. He's gonna turn. Okay, on the right here, like towards the middle, this like pass through the mountains. I don't think that was. Actually, that might have been on one iteration of Valhalla.
It was a little bit more open, like in the middle, right? And it looks like that's closing things off in a different way. This feels a little bit more clustered to me.
It does, yeah. You're
I
right.
also don't want to make a definitive statement and be wrong, so that's why I'm
We'll just speculate for now. But we see the energy sword over there as a pickup. It looks like over to the right.
I mean, it's possible they reworked it too, because they've got the label cover, they've got the repulsor, they've got the threat sensor. Like, there's a lot more elements here that makes combat more challenging, because it's not as easy as just running up and gunning somebody down. So maybe they're making it more clustered, so there's more like take the high ground type thing.
Well, and another thing that's really exciting to me is with the grappling hook. Making that using that for quick traversal instantly puts players who prefer close quarters combat like I do with shotguns and swords and ARs back in a fight where on some of these big team battle matches, you were screwed basically, because someone was going to out BR you, someone was going to out DMR you, and you couldn't really react to that. And it gives me, my chilly willies are
I'm getting chills thinking about that Banshee right there and grappling up onto that and hijacking that. Like, the grappling hook, I should say, is such a good counter to a lot of situations that can feel, hopeless.
Yeah, 100%. And I do want to point out one of the things Bungie 343 talked about today was how there's also like equipment drops or like weapon drops in game too that you can call in. And so it's gonna keep I think they kind of show it a little bit here. I'll back up for a second.
I love, one thing that I will say Halo 5 did really well is the armor designs, and I love seeing the blend of Reach and Halo 3 and Halo 5 armors. Just
yeah, it's so good. So they drop off in this scene. They drop off a the vehicle here. So I think that's going to be part of it. Is I don't know if you're gonna have to call it in or if it's just automatically does it in the map, because the map would automatically refresh some of these things, right? Is it going to be a little bit more prevalent like this? I guess we'll find out.
Maybe they make it a little more immersive and cinematic instead of it just like appearing. Maybe Pelican comes and drops it down
for sure.
So we know we have the Brute Chopper back. We know we have Banished Ghost and Banshee. Looks like we've got obviously the Warthog, the Scorpion, the Wasp, the Gun Goose, and is the new one, what's the new one called? The Razorback?
Yes, the Razorback. So announced today. Well, I don't know if they announced it today, but they highlighted it today, where it's the cousin of the Warthog. And unfortunately, they don't have video of it in this trailer. But basically, instead of unless I missed it, which is possible, but instead of having a mounted turret in the back, it acts kind of like and Warzone wasn't the first to do this, right? But it kind of acts like a Jeep in Warzone, where it's a flatbed where your friends can stand in it, and you can also store weapons on the back of it. And they highlighted its
that's cool.
They highlighted its usefulness in more tactical games like CTF or like Oddball. Because you can get in that and still use your abilities and go around the map, that's going to make you a much more deadly target, or hunter, right?
Look at those physics.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So
sorry, I'm not just drooling over here. I'm so glad we're not on camera.
Oh, it's so good. And they said Shogun armor is going to be an event armor that you'll be able to earn. No microtransactions, nothing like that. Their battle pass is, once you buy a battle pass from them, you have it forever. So it's not like Call of Duty where it's like, well, if you didn't log 700 hours in these 60 days, sorry, you're out of luck.
I love that. So you can work on it at your own pace.
Yep. And
that's amazing.
Yeah, they're really doing a smart approach to the battle pass system, and I like it's wild a difference a year makes, because everything they're saying now is spot on compared to last year, where I feel like they couldn't catch a break. So I am through the roof. This can't come soon enough. I need more than holiday 2021. I want the exact second I can play this. So
yeah.
That's
great.
I'm so confused how people can look at this and be like, that was boring. Like, what about the, like, just, I mean, everything that's improved. We've got the physics, we've got the more tactical advantages, we've got familiar weapons, we've got familiar vehicles, but we also have new weapons and new vehicles. Like, I don't know what else people could possibly want out of this.
I know, Liana.
Huh?
I know what they could want. Sprays. Oh, and it looks like we're getting sprays.
Sprays.
If you go back to that desert map, or a few for like the last map, you can see it looks like a Master Chief spray.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good call out. I did not pick up on that.
Yeah, where he's picking up the oddball.
Yeah.
Right there.
Oh, yeah.
Good call out. Yeah, let's go. Overwatch fans unite.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, Liana, parting thought. Excited.
I'm stoked, man. Yeah. I think this is great. I think Halo Infinite, I was already really pretty excited, a little bit disappointed, but not to the extent that other people were with the original gameplay reveal. I think they definitely took the time wisely. That's how you should do it. If you take the time instead of just crumbling and giving up, I think they really used it wisely, and it shows it's foreboding in a good way. I know that's not how that word is used, but this is really good news going forward, because it's showing just how much they are listening to the community. I feel like a lot of the community feedback is reflected in this trailer and with the deeper dive they provided today. And I think that's really important, because it looks like this is going to be a long haul game that is going to supersede the single player campaign like we talked about yesterday. I think that this could be a really good evolutionary step for the Halo franchise as we know it, and keeping the longevity, seeing how it evolves. I think
the combat evolves.
We're gonna pretend I did that on purpose.
There you go. Mr. Van Aken, what about you? Final thoughts?
I only have one word to say, and that is sheesh. This thing looks sick, baby.
Let's get it. Oh, let's get it. You don't want to
be Square Enix and just be like chaos.
Hey now.
Chaos.
We're focusing on the good of Halo.
No, all jokes aside, looks incredible. I love, the cosmetics of Halo have always been like a huge part of its identity, and Liana already kind of talked about it, like blending the different aesthetics from the previous games. And the fact that this is free to play, like this is going to pop off, I think.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait to be playing Halo again, and to sink another several thousand matches into another Halo game. It's going to be phenomenal.
Yeah, absolutely love to see it. Liana, Alex, thank you so much for joining me. Viewers, thank you for watching. We are in the midst of E3 right now, so be sure to check out all our great content on YouTube and the site GameInformer.com. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Now, show me what you can do.